It's a great honor to be here. I don't take what I do lightly. I'm not a comedian. I'll make you laugh, but it's not comedy. Whenever I hit the stage, I start getting the chill, the goosebumps. Because the new currency is not the US dollar. They're all going crazy about the US dollar. The new currency is knowledge. So I see some people agreeing, some still don't get it. You can only go as far as you know. Not as far as you have. Not as far as how many people you know. Knowledge, I mean, for those who understand deep spiritual knowledge, say my people perish for lack of knowledge. When I go to third world countries, they are quick to tell me, oh, excuse me, and they raise their hands up. They say, well, you come from Canada, and you're coming to tell us all those skills. And don't you guys have 24 hours electricity over there? Don't you guys have good roads? Don't you guys have this? And what I find is everybody come up with an excuse not to excel. Man, you know, when I see a fine group of people like this, I'm blown away. Because how many of you know who should be here right now, even more than you? Show of hand. I even called people who beg me. I have 96 voicemail I haven't listened to. I sit there and I say, okay, this one, that one, that one. And I send them texts. I say, you need to be here. Why do I? Because I know if I listen to that voicemail, oh, Alex, I don't know if I told you, but I think we are just going to go through with this divorce. Oh, Alex, I don't know if I told you, but they let me go. Oh, Alex, I don't know if I told you. Everybody's got an issue, but nobody, or hardly anybody, takes the time to pursue knowledge. I think the greatest turnaround, the greatest point of transformation is the pursuit of knowledge. I've read tons of books. I used to go to chapters when I used to work downtown. I worked in CIBC, Royal Bank, Bank of Montreal. I've done that. And not to impress anybody, 16 years I was in the banking sector. 15 out of it, I got exceptional employee rating, PMM. You know, they do performance annual review. The 16th one, they begged me and say, accept 100%, not 120, so that we can have enough bonuses to share. And people ask me, like, how? I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the most educated. I definitely wasn't the most good looking. And not even the tallest. But why? How? I never for once sat down and say, why do people excel more than others? It's got nothing to do with your color. It's got nothing to do with your gender. It's got nothing to do with your sexual orientation. None of those hinder who you are. The first thing you gotta discover yourself. That's what I do. I'm already in motion. I jump in. People always say, Alex, you forgot to introduce yourself. To me, we are no longer in the era of introducing yourself. If you have to introduce yourself, then you probably don't even know who you are. If you're here today, you haven't even checked me out, and you got an email, I'm coming to speak, your diligence is low. Can I challenge somebody? Nobody's answering me. Can I challenge somebody?
Yes.
This is participative, guys. Like, this is small. Like, this is, for me, I call this family group. I belong to a church that has what they call family group. This is what's family group. This is not massive. So this is family. This is family. So, can I challenge somebody?
Yes.
I'm going to rattle you, eh? Obama was on TV the other day. He says the world leaders is in Japan. He says the world leaders are rattled by Donald Trump's nomination. Yeah, some of you saw it on TV. And then Donald Trump responded. He said, it's good they are rattled, right? You know, he always have all these weird responses. But the point is, I'm going to rattle you. I'm not Donald Trump by any means, but here's something about knowledge. If it doesn't pique you, then you are not getting it. Somebody needs to write that down.
That's right.
If what's being said doesn't make you uncomfortable, then your mind is closed. This same knowledge, you may have heard it 100 times. It still needs to rattle you. When somebody tells you, you got to love your enemy, that rattles. Especially if visually you're seeing this enemy who nearly killed you. I have enemies who nearly killed me, literally. Poison and different means. So when you tell me I got to love my enemies, I'm like, wow. You tell me again the next day, I'm still wow. You tell me 20 years time, I'll still be rattled. You got to struggle with knowledge. That's why it's knowledge. Foolishness, you don't. Most of what you see on TV is foolish. You can just lie down and watch it and nothing happens. Knowledge, you don't find knowledge on TV anymore. So I want, before I really go further, because if I don't hold myself back, I always have to hold myself back. I will dive into this massive pool of knowledge, and you will have, transformation will begin. That's the objective today. Transformation will begin. So let me take a few steps back and honor you for being here. Applaud yourself, guys. Come on, relax and applaud yourself. You are powerful beyond measure. I want you to look at somebody and look in their eyes, not just because I say so. Literally, look in somebody's eyes. And what I say it to them with conviction. One of my mentors, Les Brown, would say, you got to say with conviction. So here we go. Look in somebody's eyes, not me. Don't worry, I know this a million times about me already. So look in somebody's eyes. You may actually be saving somebody's life. I have spoken not once, not twice, not 3 times. Canada, different places. People have told me they've tried to kill themselves 4 times. You see, hearing you today has made a turn in my life. So you could be saving somebody's life. I never looked at it like that. I told them Benny Hinn and all these guys are the miracle makers. That day I said, wow, I'm a miracle maker. So today we're going to make miracles. Somebody wants to make some miracles?
Yes.
Somebody wants to make some miracles?
Yes.
And if you're not answering, you may be my miracle. I know some guys are folding their hands like, I've seen many of you before. What are you going to tell me? I had a top executive in BMO. I did a conference in Sheraton, the hotel near the airport road. And he came and he said, Felia Delima, he says, listen, I've been an executive in BMO for almost 40 years. You see, I've seen them come and I've seen them go. Right? You see, and I've been to so much presentation. The bank sent me to Harvard, sent me to Philippines, sent me to Hong Kong to learn. He said, frankly, let me just be honest with you. When you walked in, I felt insulted. He told me. You see, when you walked in, I felt insulted and said, is this the speaker they are bringing for us today? He said, but, he said, it didn't take me long to open up. And I just want to tell you, here's exactly, I'm going to quote him. It says, your message sticks. That day, the few weeks after that, when I was rebranding my product, I changed my tagline to delivering messages that stick because of that guy. It was very honest. It's not the first time I've seen that. I've been to audiences and everybody in the audience automatically, I can tell their spirit. Let me tell you something about spirit for those who don't understand how the spirit and the body work. We are spirit being in human form. We are not humans with spirit. Which means, let me tell you what that means. That means if you're talking about somebody, he can hear you. His spirit can hear you. His spirit. So you always, because that's why when you see them, you can't even look in their face. Because your spirit is telling you the spirit heard you. So when I walk into somewhere, I try to connect with spirit. Some people have a very strong spirit. Some have evil spirit. Let's just face it. I hope there's not. I haven't felt any so far. I haven't felt any so far. But it's true. Some have evil spirit. Oh, you come on. Am I speaking French? Don't you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Of course. There are some people like they won't sleep until they get you down.
That's true.
And some of you are sleeping. You shouldn't sleep because some people are not sleeping for you. So here's what we're going to pronounce on each other this morning or this afternoon. You are powerful beyond measure.
You are powerful beyond measure.
How powerful is what you just said? Is that really powerful? I'm going to give you one more chance, guys. I'm going to give you one more chance. You got listen. I got on a plane once and there was this fine old lady sitting beside me. And as we're just buckling up and things, she brought out a Bible. And I love conversations, especially about the Bible. I'm thinking this is going to be a very fine ride. The moment they've done their things they're doing and we take off, I looked at her like, oh, what part of the Bible are you reading? She looked at me with a very mean look and said, Book of John, and turned. I'm like, wow. You're reading the Bible, guy? You're not looking at some techie book or, I don't know, Dell computer magazine. And she turned completely. It was a code flight. And I said to myself, I said, this is the kind of one when the plane is going down, she'd be asking me, how do you get that thing out of it? Just say, I'm going to remind her, like, you didn't want to talk to me when the plane was in the air. But you get the point, though. You could be saving somebody's life just by what you say and what you do. Sometimes you don't even have to say or do anything. You just look at them. You just smile to them. So I want us to say this with conviction, or else we'll stay on this slide for the next 3 hours. I want to feel it in my spirit. I want every part of me and you as well to say, how come I never really heard this like this before? Some of you, your parents never told you they love you. Come on, let's face it. Never told you they love you. Never told you they care. One of my friends, the mom used to tell him, Gary used to tell him, say, listen, just don't forget you're a mistake. The moment I got pregnant, your father left me. That's what the boy heard. We may laugh now. He's destroying his life as I'm speaking. Destroying his life. I remain his friend just so I may be his hope. The only hope he has. Once in a while, I'm just on the highway. I just go, hey, buddy, how you doing? Not because I have missed calls I didn't call, but I'll call him. Because I know he hasn't overcome that. You are powerful beyond measure.
You are powerful beyond measure.
Blessed beyond understanding.
Blessed beyond understanding.
Look at each other, though. Some of you are still looking at me. Is that hard to look at? You owe him money? Is that the reason? You owe him some money? Sorry, I didn't understand that some people owe each other money. Is that how you... Because why can't you look in his eyes? I'm just wondering. Look, you see, it's very interesting, eh? You are learning about yourself. A leader looks in people's eyes. Sorry, what's your name, sir?
Blair.
Blair. You go, hey, Blair, how you doing?
Pretty good, yourself.
Doing very well. You see, here what just transpired. He shook my hand, and he's actually shaking it, and it was firm. And I asked him, how you doing? And he says, how about yourself? 80% of people don't ask you back. What that says, I'm teaching you some bit of psychology here. What that says is this man is confident in himself. Doesn't mean he's got it all together. It means, hey, listen, I'm here. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to listen. I'm happy you're here. And hey, I feel good about myself, at least to some extent. Am I speaking your mind?
Pretty good.
Guys, I go to high school and we move past this in 5 minutes. She comes to secondary school, like 3 minutes, we're done. They look at, they even making fun, I said, okay, now say to your teacher. They look at their teacher, you are powerful beyond measure. The teacher is like, wow, and some of them start crying. The principal, former principal of Chikumzi told me, he says, listen, he says, you may not know this, but in the front row, we put the most troublesome kids in the school so we can watch them. He said, but we were surprised. They were writing things down. And I sent one of my teachers to go look at them and say, I hope those guys are not making the caricature of the speaker. He said, but when we got there, they were actually taking notes. He said, these guys don't take notes in class. He said, sir, you have something special. You are powerful beyond measure.
You are powerful beyond measure.
Blessed beyond understanding.
Blessed beyond understanding.
Favored beyond awareness.
Favored beyond awareness.
And loved beyond comprehension.
And loved beyond comprehension.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, come on, come on. Make some noise now. Come on. Make some noise. Make some noise. Now, I don't know organizations that put these things up for free. I am serious. I don't know. I was asking Dale, how much did they charge you guys? Did you say you didn't charge them anything? Man, this guy, you're Mother Teresa. You're like some philanthropist. You're a philanthropist. It sounds funny. Here are a couple of things I do. I speak, I coach, I consult, I train, and I mentor. And of course, I write, I have fun, and all those other fine stuff. But when I go speaking, especially in non-profit organization like a church and stuff, they'll give me a honorarium and I'm fine with that. When I go training, I have to look. I say, Bishop, don't force me to do this for free. I can't. I just like training is different. If you want me to come on Sunday and speak to your group, then we'll do it. Take a love offering and give me what you have. But you want me to come for 3-4 hours to work with them? The least they can do is pay. And so I had to set a bar. Me and my team, we set a bar. We had a meeting, and my assistant, very strong woman, she set a bar and said $75 minimum, especially for churches and school. So this program you're going, you saw it in the beginning, it's $290-something. If you go on my website, alexihama.com, or you go on my sales page, I have one called Greatness Garage. Like individually, people sign on for this program. We have students from Australia, from all over the world, literally, and they pay $999. They don't even see me to negotiate with. It's online. And they pay. They say, listen, I've been following your work for years, and I feel this is my time. And they sign up, and what we do is send them DVD or send them links. They don't even see me. And they pay $999. So $279. Like I know Dale, and they're trying to see, and he said it was free. I'm like, I'm telling you, the churches in Brampton and Mississauga, Ajax, it's 75. I say, the minimum size, you got to pay 75. If your people in your church are not ready to pay 75, then they don't understand knowledge yet. Some churches say, okay, you know what, we'll pay for them. And they don't tell the church to pay, but they write the check anyway. But a minimum of 75. I go by the 75 by 75 rule. I have a lot of things I want to do by 875. A lot of things I'm doing by number 75. So, and that's what I go by. I'm just saying, I'm saying all this, in other words, to honor this man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
It's an investment.
Businessman, eh? I love him, eh? Believe me, I do, sir. I love you a lot. What's my story? Is there. I really don't tell people story other than I call myself a beneficiary of God's grace. I'm somebody that was rescued from the lion's den. I'm somebody that was rescued on the way to Damascus. Like, I had got to a stage. I used to drive. When I hear on cable ports, they say, "Oh, this guy was driving on the QW on the wrong side of the road." You guys heard that? That was me. I used to do it as a dare. It sounds funny now, but I used to do it as a dare. My friend Tony would say, "You can't do it." I said, "Okay." I go on the wrong side. Whirr! Zzz, cars will be moving. Trucks will move. I had a death wish on my forehead. Death wish on my forehead. My mom said something. She says, "My son, since you left home at a very young age, I've never stopped praying for you. And I know one day you will turn around." And that day was almost 20 years ago. I did turn around.
Amen.
So that's my story. Look at it. I was owing money like crazy. I mean, I would have been a perfect candidate for this man, right? Like, I'll go in the bay. They'll say, "Oh, you don't have the bay card." I say, "Can I have one?" They just run it. "Oh, you have a good credit, 5,000. Oh, I go in Inter Center. "Oh, you don't have eating card?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Woo, wow, 2,000. Like, frankly, I still have those cards. I cut them into two now years ago when I used to talk about finance. Like, I was owing credit card bills of about, not loan, not they gave me cash. Credit card is useless. You guys know credit card is, and I was owing almost 70,000 in credit card. And it's not like I was a fraudster. It's my name. I was just destroying myself completely. So I was sunk, right? And then I had to go through divorce. If I say it was be through divorce, some of you are here, nobody knows about it. It's okay. I'm healed. I'm a divorce survivor. I made it alive.
So did your wife get 35 grand?
She, at the time we did, there was more money. So she actually got almost $500,000 from me. So desperation, dejection, disillusion, discouragement, detention, deceit, despair. And my brother passed away. My younger brother, 2 years younger than I am, sent me letters and letters for me to respond to. I never got to it. Busy with my life. Like some of you today. I'm telling you, personal leadership is to ensure that you are not being missed while you are still alive. I'm going to say that again. Personal leadership is to ensure you are not being missed. People miss you when you are still alive. If people miss you and you are still, some people, their spouse miss them and they are in the same house. Hey, talk to me, somebody. True or false? And if you hear something true, just say true. If you think it's false, say false. And I maybe just be sharing from my life. My former marriage is the same thing. We missed each other. We were in the same house. So it's not, I don't need statistics. You cannot remember. I came here a few days ago and I said something. I may have to repeat it. But listen, you cannot assume a position of authority over over any person if you don't have authority over yourself.
That's right.
Am I talking to somebody right now?
Yes.
Am I talking to somebody?
Yes.
If they offer you promotion, say, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Can we visit this opportunity a year from now? Some of you are looking at me like, this guy is really nuts. That's wisdom. You don't want to accept what will kill you. Do you? No. But do you know some people accept a position and it kills them? True or false?
Yes.
True or false?
True.
I know them personally. I've just told one of my new clients, we were driving together and I point a cemetery to her near Jane and somewhere, Jane and Steele's, one cemetery right there. I said, that's where we buried, and I called the person's name. Another person we buried. These guys had 4 or 5 businesses across Ontario. From one business to the other, sometimes it's 8-hour drive. One had business in North Bay or Thunder Bay or some bay. You're in Brampton and you have a business in some bay. Like, they live in the bay, build a house in the bay. And they passed away. So personal leadership is critical, guys. So that's my story. I won't be reading what's up there. I put up visual for those who are visual and they'll see. So, and what do I do? People always ask me, what really do I do? What am I doing right now? What I'm doing right now is fivefold. I call it my fivefold, my life work. I encourage people to discover their purpose. And then I empower them with principles to fulfill it. And I equip them with the tools and the strategy to monetize it, energize them to ignite their leadership spirit, and of course, exhort them to build their legacy. Now, let me walk you through this. Some of you are here and you haven't discovered your purpose in life. True or false? True. Good. Now, let me tell you, every other thing you're doing is not as important as discovering your purpose in life. Why? Because without knowing your purpose in life, you can't truly excel. Do you know why some people get to the pinnacle of what others call fame and power, and then they commit suicide? We see a lot of them in Hollywood, don't we?
Oh, yes.
There's a difference between profession and purpose. Don't confuse what you do for a living with what you were created to do. Am I talking to somebody right now? Yes. That's leadership. You can go to any leadership school on this planet. I monitor them up to Harvard and York University. They won't teach you that. Go Google it. Purpose? They're like, keep that to the churches, please. What I'm about to say is not even on this slide, but it's just coming to my mind, and I'll tell you, you know what a leader's job is? A leader's job is to raise the vision. You don't even say it. You don't speak it. You don't promote it. You don't market it. You don't force people. You don't influence people. You just raise the vision up. And people will start discovering their purpose in it. It's like raising the honey and the bees find it. Don't influence nobody. Show them who you are. And if you're part of their journey, they'll stick to you. Martin Luther King, there was no Facebook, there was no internet, there was no phone. He was able to muster 1 million people. True or false? All he did was raise the vision. I have a dream. People are like, yeah, I've been having dreams too. I need to be in Washington. I've been having the same dream that, one day little black boys and little white girls in the state of Alabama, they can come together. People have been having that dream, but they did nothing about it. When somebody raised his hand, people flocked to him. What you learn and practice in this business, if you have to, listen, if you go on my Facebook, I posted this yesterday. I say if you have to convince anybody of anything, you have nothing to convince anybody of. She's getting it. I don't think some people get it. Maybe I talk too fast. Maybe it's my accent, so I'm going to slow down. If you have to convince anybody of anything, then you have nothing to convince anybody of. Is somebody with me on that? Show of hand. If you're with me on that, show of hand. So if there are people you have met 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, man, dude, you're wasting your time. It's like you don't even know what you have. If you knew what you have, you won't be begging people to have it. They'll be begging you for a piece of it. So purpose, critical. Secondly, is principle. Your life will be a complete mess. Can I say that? Can I talk to somebody? Hey, the only 2 people, maybe the rest are getting offended yet. Can I say this? Your life will be a mess if you have no principles to sustain your purpose. They invite you for this barbecue, you show up. They invite you for this event, you just show up for everything. You call Mr. Show-Upper. That's what, here comes the hot stepper. Come on, right? There are places I pay my way out not to show up. I still send the money. You know what? Okay, fine. Let me just send the money so I don't show up. Because my time is more valuable than my money. Tools and strategies. By showing you this, I'm telling you the objective, what's supposed to happen here today. Your purpose, some of you needs to be ignited. Some of you need to build principles. Some of you will need strategies to monetize your passion and your purpose. And the other one, which is really the main aim of this, is to ignite the leadership spirit in you. And when I meet with Hansen and his group, he wants me to meet with him and his leadership team. We are really going to be talking about global leadership. We're going to be talking about executive leadership. Things that at a certain level in life should not be. If those things are still a concern, then you are in the weeds of leadership. Those things should not be a concern, because a certain level in life requires a certain level of responsibility. Some of you, the responsibilities that is waiting for you is just tweaking the finger and say, when are you going to leave the weeds and come here? I'm waiting for you at the executive top. Am I talking to somebody? Yes. Some of you are not. So let's just be honest. Let's be honest. We're family. I call it family group. If you feel you are not where you should be today, raise up your hand. I honor that, and I appreciate that. Because my hand is up, not as an example for you, but as a fact. I tell people, I say, don't waste my time. I'm running behind already. I'll give you one of my goals. I want to write 75 books by the time I'm 75. I'll put it on an Excel spreadsheet, and it tells me I'm running behind. Even if I decide to write one a year now, I'm still behind. 75 is round the corner. I love Excel. I know it's old-fashioned, but that's how I do my calculation. I put here 75, here's my age. I go select and enter, and you say, dude, you're behind. All right, so we're going to have, who's ready to have some fun today? Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, come on, come on. Relax, relax. Just relax. Let the knowledge flow in. Believe me, if it's not the knowledge for you, it will flow in, and guess what? It will flow right back out. If it is for you, it will trouble you. Don't hate me when it troubles you. It's good. If you live here angry at me, or angry at yourself, or angry at Hansi, or angry, that means it's good. Persecution needs to happen within before you can achieve celebration. It's just how things go, right? They gotta, I tell people, again, one of my posts I posted this morning on my Facebook, I said, don't be scared of being different. You were actually created to be different. Any attempt to not be different is an attempt to not be who you are. In fact, the people that were criticized for being different from time immemorial are the same people we consider heroes today. You want to be a hero? Let them criticize you. Let them tell you you're stupid. Until they tell you you're stupid, then you truly are. Some people miss that. Until people think you're crazy, then you truly are. It's philosophical. You may miss that. If I go into that, we just won't live here today. So, what I did after I had been saved from the lion's den was to say, you know what? I need to save others. And if you truly understand the mission of this company, it's to save others. To save, it's not everybody, you don't have to go to Iraq with a machine gun to save. In fact, I believe the millions of dollars they spend doing that, they could actually give me a fraction. And I would promise them I won't take a salary and I won't steal the money, I won't do anything, but I will use it to save lives in Toronto right here. If I start a free workshop every day or every week, are you kidding me? People will start coming, I heard. Before you know it, we need an auditorium of 50,000 people. But somebody's got to finance that. And if the government is not going to do it, then Hansen's going to do it for me. He's going to help me build a school, a physical location. Anytime I drive on 427, I see that humble college. It pains my heart that they are not maximizing. Who knows the building I'm talking about? Just show of hand. Let me just see who knows that building. Can you get me that building? Can you get me the whole building? We'll use it for leadership and personal development. Because it's just there, frankly. If you're in the school or you are a professor in the school, don't take this personal. I'm not just directed at school. I'm just saying schools these days, they have watered down their values. Your kids go to school just to play. They care. That's really what it is. It pains me to the core. Like literally, it's like taking my hand and nailing it and nail the other one. If I get into those kind of conversation, sometimes I tell my wife, I say, I thank God I'm not a terrorist. I just be bombing everything along the way. It's true because the school system is messed up completely. Yes. Completely messed up. If you can't tell people now because of their confidence, so you can't tell them they need to improve, you're progressing well. I'm like, with this, where are you going with that mark? You're going nowhere. But they say they don't tell them. So anyway, we formed the School of Greatness for this. We don't teach physics or geography. We teach life skills. Till date, we have over 300 courses, and about 6-7 certification programs. We certify people as a coach, as a leader, as a speaker. For those who want to, and these are not just certified, you put a certificate in your pocket. We help you build a business to it. Public speaking, some people don't know this, eh? What do you think is the average cost of a public speaking engagement? Who can give me a number? Throw it out, just throw it out. That's the average. Who can tell me the highest that has been paid for a public speaking event? 1.5 million. It was Donald Trump for a conference in Manila. Bill Clinton, who knows how much he made in 3 years from public speaking? $37 million. $37 million. There are people who know me in the community or even around the world, but in Toronto especially, oh, you know, Alex would have loved to have you, but we know we can't afford you. In my mind, it's good you do. It's true, it's good you do. You have to put value to who you are, or else people will ride on you. They won't only ride on you when they get to where they're going, they whoop you on the bum. True or false? Come on. I train people to be coaches, and then they wow, I say, congratulations, you're now a coach. You've learned. You're like, my cousin wants me to coach her. Do I have to charge her too? I'm like, look at you. Look at you. If you don't charge her, then you can't charge every other cousins. True or false? How are you going to build your business? I say, in fact, charge her. Let her be your mouthpiece. Go telling people, she's charging me $2,000. Send her an errand. You understand what I'm saying? You want to, you know, some people, you know who, when you want the gossip to fly, you just know who to tell. If I want you to know my latest price, I know people to call and say, listen, I just released my latest book. My price has jumped to $25,000 per engagement. And I know that India might be like, okay, let's see how far you can push this dream. Those guys, you won't believe I saw Alex today. You won't believe I saw Alex today, and he says his fee is now $25,000. Remember, gossip always tell gossip, right? So they all work together. They like bees, right? They just keep going. Before you know, you don't need social media. You don't need to pay anybody for advertisement. Your fee has traveled. You see, that's free. It's called free marketing. In your network are people that will publicize what you do. But some of you are scared to tell them because you know they will say no. But that's okay. No is good. Oh, they didn't get that one. They didn't get that one at all. Does somebody know it's good? Somebody with me on that? What? I need feedback, man. Come on. No is good. Somebody know that?
Yes.
Absolutely. No, man. Sometimes it happens to me. I tell my clients and my students, they say, really? Sometimes you have butterfly in your stomach when you want to speak. I say, even Obama sometimes have that butterfly thing going. So sometimes I'm like, should I ask him no? Should I ask him? I say, I know he's going to say no. I'm having the conversation with me, just me. I'm like, ask him. Then something will tell me and say, but you wrote it in your book that you got to ask. I'm like, okay, so let me ask. My book sometimes traps me. Even my kids remind me of what I wrote. And then I ask, and they say no. I'm telling my wife, I say, you can't believe he said no. My wife is like, well, you knew he was going to say no? I don't know, maybe it's only me happens to you guys are just angels, so you're going to keep going. I don't know about you. But one thing I do know, I may not know who you are. I may not know where you're from. I may not even know your challenge. I may not even know where you're going. But one thing I do know, and that is, regardless of the challenges you're faced with, you're smarter than you think, stronger than you feel, more talented than you can ever know, and more beautiful than you can perceive. Give yourselves a round of applause. Fact. That's a fact. We grow up hearing so much no as kids that we feel small. kids. No, don't do that. No, don't eat candy. Don't, no. By the time the guy is 12, 11, 13, teenager, you want him to do something and he is now saying no. You are wondering where it came from. You raised him negatively. Many of you were raised negatively. I don't know about you. Maybe you were raised by God himself. I wasn't. I wasn't God. Sometimes I wonder where was God when I was being raised. I do. I'm telling you. I said one day when I've worked with him and now I have like $100 million or $50 million, I'm going to open shelter for abused men. You're laughing. Is there shelter for abused men? No. Are men not abused? Yes. Answer me. Yes. Are you kidding me? One place I told my story, I had 9 men line up crying on my shoulder. Don't get me going out. Many of what people call my misfortune has been my greatest benefit and greatest reward in life. When people walk out of your life, they did not deserve you in the first place. If they deserve you, they'll stick with you and die with you. Am I talking to somebody here? Yes. I mean, you laugh. One day you're going to read it on newspaper. You're like, I remember that guy. He actually said he was going to open a shelter for men, and he did. I will. I will teach them for free. I will exactly. Who's with me on this one? Come on, who's with me on this one? All right. Take down notes. Let's open this shelter. Man, do you know how many men are broken when I used to walk downtown? Because I was like, honey, I sit down just having my little sandwich. They come crying at my shoulder. Man, don't get me going on that one, guys. So here's what I discovered. This is rare. Here's what I discovered holds people back from who they were created to be. I did this for 7 years, research on this. I looked at dictionary, I read all the newspaper, found on the internet, everything, and I read the Bible. Every challenge they said, I wrote it down. But here's the interesting thing. Now, when I showed this in one conference, right? These are all medical doctors and not philosophers, but psychologists. It was in New Orleans, I think. No, not New Orleans, North Carolina, I think. One came here and said, wow. He said, I've been a psychologist for years. I have never really seen this package so properly. He said, where did you get your psychology degree? I go, School of Exactly, School of Hard Knocks. I said, I'm a survivor. So when Beyonce says, it's not Beyonce, I'm a survivor. I can only hear I'm a survivor. I don't know any other thing she said, but that one, when I hear that, I'm like, that's me. I survived that. Some of you, listen, if I stop here, some of you have been blessed. Talk to me, somebody. Yes. I say if I stop right now, some of you, you've already got what you need to get. The others is just now a combo deal, bonus. Let me help you understand what you're looking at. This is still not part of the program. This is not, remember we're talking personal leadership. And personal leadership is the act of being who you are in a way that is unquestionable. Some people don't understand that one. Personal leadership is the art, A-R-O-T, not A-C-T. You can't be an actor, right? This is not for Bruce Willis. This is an art of being who you were created to be in such a way that is unquestionable. Nobody will even question it. People, like some of you don't know me, but I'm telling you, if I even stop here, if you were to describe me to somebody, 80% of you would describe me exactly the same. Not my face. You may even be wrong. I thought his suit was black. You may be wrong on the external quality, but you will understand what I stand for. True or false? True. You already know what I stand for. I've already told you where I stand with politics, with schools and this. I've told you where I stand with money. I've told you I'm a survivor. Are you kidding me? If you can explain who I am to somebody after this program, then you were not listening. But that's how it should be for you. When you walk away, they're like, sorry, what's your name, fine young man? Reza. When you walk in, who was that guy? They're like, it's Reza. Reza. His face look familiar. You don't know Reza is with Sansusi? No, I don't. How come you don't know Reza? Now, I'm just making this up, though. Don't, I know I use his name. Don't go to him later and say, but if you don't know each other here, that shows the lack of strength you have here. That shows you are not maximizing the strength. Because we all need to come together. Right? It was Martin Luther King and says, we need to pray together, to stand together, to eat together, to die together. Like that's the only way we can get to the promised land. So if there are somebody that you've seen once before, not even twice now is almost becoming shameful, despicable. If there's somebody you've seen here once, twice, you don't know their name, and two of you are saying, I'm Sansusi, you are not Sansusi.
That's true.
Only you got it. You know what? I need to give her a gift. I'll give you one of my DVDs for free. Some of you didn't get it. You think I'm just... Let me tell you what happens when you say that's true. You are affirming it to yourself. Psychologically, it's burnt. It's like burning a DVD inside your stomach. By nodding, guys, man, I teach this to high school participation. I say, listen, do you know, who can tell me how you can learn more from your teacher? Oh, listen, this. I say, you're all right. But let me tell you one. Just by affirming what the teacher is saying. If the teacher says, you know what, there are 9 planets in the universe, just shake your head. Just by shaking your head, your body can't refute it. There are birds flying around waiting to steal everything you got today. That's spiritual, for those of you who understand spirituality. So, level 1, if you don't deal with the challenge in level 1, you will actually progress yourself to a retrogressive state of level 2. Are you following me, somebody? Yes. If you think, oh, no, Alex, listen, I don't need a coach right now. All I struggle with is procrastination. In fact, who doesn't struggle with procrastination? I don't at all. I've heard of failure many times, but it's an option I choose to refuse. I've heard of procrastination. Are you kidding me? Sometimes my wife is sleeping, 11:30. Then she closes her eyes. She's still holding me. 12:30. Now she turned. The hand is gone. 1 o'clock. She's not. I sneak out. I'm like, I forgot to do this. Let me go quickly do it now. Of course. Oh, they didn't get it. Maybe they don't understand. I know he does that. If you put aside what you have put aside once, twice, and the third time, you are a failure. That's the definition of failure. Failure is a decision. Is a position you assume by the decision you make. Failure is not attributed to nobody. It's actually accepted by you based on your action or inaction. I can't. I can't. Okay, let me try. Failure is a position you assume by the decisions you make. No one can attribute failure to you, but you only call it and accept it to yourself based on your action or inaction. Let's clap for that fine young man over there. Give me a round of applause. Look at you. Some of you are not clapping. Clap. Give him a round of applause. When we say clap for somebody, let me tell you what happens. The universe will look for an opportunity to clap for you too. We all know that do unto others how you want them to do unto you, but yet we don't do unto them how we want them to do unto us. Am I talking to somebody? Yes. They say clap for somebody, you should be the loudest clapper. I'm serious. You should be. So, and then you move to level 2. These are deterrents of leadership. Nothing holds you back from leadership more than this. Again, not your gender, not your race, not your ethnicity. Of course, there's all those racism and all those things going on. You get my point. Everybody, white get racism too. Black gets it, Indian gets it, everybody gets it. This is not the forum for that conversation. This is the forum to let you know, regardless of all that, this is actually where it comes down to. Oh, I went through all. When people get to anguish, that's when they commit suicide. Who knows the definition of anguish? I can bet not a lot of people. You don't see it in Toronto Star. CNN would never talk anguish. So we have Jane right now, live from New York. So Jane, tell us what happened. We understand that he's been on this drug and he abused the drug and he was drinking this booze and this is exactly what. No. You don't understand. The guy went through. He carried himself all through and he landed here. At this point, you don't care anymore. And in fact, you believe nobody cares too. So you have to figure out from this list and say, what is holding back my art of personal leadership? I'm going to leave this up for another 5 seconds, and I need you, within that 5 seconds, you should have 5 down that you are going to work on. Get a coach. I have coaches I've certified. I can send them to you. If you want me, well, then make sure you have a good line of credit. It's true. 5. If you must always, a leader always have something they are working on in their character, or they are not a leader at all. But you see, here's the challenge. Most leaders have what other people should be working on. True of us. The leader say, hey, Paul, you need to work on your time management, but he's always late. I challenge, again, sorry, I'm not picking on churches. I love my churches, but I'm just saying, many people are always late to those kind of places. I hope you are not late. I hope people are not late here. No, they are right on time. They're just right on time, right? In fact, 15 minutes early. Yeah. That's leadership. 15 minutes early. You show up. A leader is always present even when they are absent. Think of it. That's philosophical. So, again, I'm just warming up. I'm serious. I'm warming up. When I get to the meat of this presentation, I'm going to go through it like a time bomb. You see this? This was a model I created this model. I was on the GO train, actually. And I wrote it down on a napkin. It came to me visually. How many of you, some great ideas come to you on your mind, but you don't have something to note it down, and you let it go, and you don't remember it? Sure, fine. No, let's keep those hands up. Stretch those hands. I'm going to ask the question again. How many of you have had some fantastic idea? It came to you, but you didn't have a pen and maybe you were distracted. And by the time you got to your room or somewhere, the idea had gone. You see, now, do you know? Keep those hands up. Just imagine for one moment that we all here acted on that idea, or at least captured them somewhere. We will be further in life. True of us? True. Good. Put your hands down. You see this thing I'm holding? It's not just tag that gave me. It's mine. I'm driving. A thought will hit me. Pow! I'm like, man, that's a great thought. I get to the next light. The thought hit me again. Pow! I'm like, that's a great thought. I just open my closet and I bring it out and I click on it and I start talking to it. When I get home, I sync it with my computer, and it feeds to my computer, and I play it. And I play it again. I have this replay. Just keep playing. I reduce it just so it's me, or I put my earphone, it's just keep playing. And I'm telling you, man, if you want to become a millionaire, listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. Because the ideas you need to take yourself to the next level, it's already in you. Like you were born, you were created, equipped for the mission you were born for. True. Yes. What you are destined to achieve, it's already in you. Alex, I just love how you speak, man. I wish I can speak like you. I said, but you are right now. Oh, no, not me. I said, so have you tried to? So let me cut the story short. When you ask them, you find out they haven't even tried. I said, okay. And I always start from, like one of my clients I just graduated, fine young woman. And what I do with people who graduate from my public speaking class, I prepare a letter for them because I have a brand to support them. I say, hello, Mr. Brown of the principal of, Sanssouci Secondary School. I'm the president of the School of Greatness, and what we do is blah, blah, blah. You can check us out online. I just want to talk about Sarah. Sarah went to this school, and she told me she did. Perhaps you were not the principal then. However, Sarah has a fantastic story that I believe will be inspiring to the audience in your school. In fact, I personally trained Sarah, and I'm a professional speaker. And of course, you can check me out here and see what the CEO of Scotiabank said about me, or the CEO of TD Banks. I've spoken to executive. But I train her, and I believe her story will make a difference in your school. So let me know of the opportunities you have, so I can make the necessary arrangement for Sarah to visit your school. Now, tell me what the principal will say. Happy, true of us. Freaking out. They always need external speakers, especially people who went through the school. Black History Month is a good one. I floored it. Black History, I told one guy, I said, listen, if I had that time, I'll put together a squad. Black History Month will make almost $150,000, $200,000 for that month. I would dispatch them. I know the budget, the school's budget for things like that. I do. People go there, they live with $500. If I send somebody there, they live with almost $3,000. I dispatch them all through Toronto. You understand? And what happens is that person who said they can't speak, they go to the school, the whole school is giving them attention. Your story matters. Tell somebody that. Don't look at me. Tell somebody that. Tell somebody. And don't pass away without writing it. Everybody's a walking book. You're a walking book. You just need to decide to put it on print. So what you have been learning and what I teach at the School of Greatness has 4 pillars: psychology, philosophy, physiology, and spirituality. Those are 4. So for me, if Martin Luther King said something, or Abraham Lincoln said something, or I don't know, some other guru there said it, I look at it from these angles. I'm a Christian, so I go straight to the Bible and say, okay, is this something spiritual? Can I back this up spiritually? Because I believe we're spiritual before we're human. So knowledge, believe me, here it's supposed to say bad knowledge. There's nothing like bad knowledge. There's either knowledge or foolishness. Every knowledge, regardless of who said it, Mahatma Gandhi. Who knows Mahatma Gandhi? People don't know this. Martin Luther King was a protege, kind of, or Mahatma Gandhi mentored Martin Luther King. And they are both different religions. Like, don't get bogged in those things, people you hear. Again, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. So, I don't know if I have the time, but I didn't mean to do this. But you see this circle? I'm just going to quickly zoom through this circle. That circle, it's a tool that I teach. Regardless of the challenges you're faced with, what do you see in the inner circle? One more time.
Absolute power.
That is telling you you have the power to overcome the challenges you face. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Oh, I don't understand. Well, I've been married to him for 25 years. 25 years. And my goal would find women like that. I say, man, I'm just here listening to you, and I'm like, you don't even believe in yourself. But you're expecting some man
to believe in you
from somewhere that you really don't even know where. You have no idea. You think you know, you have idea who's sleeping beside you? Don't let me get into that conversation. Hey, come on, talk to me now. I met a couple who've been married 65 years. I said, wow, that must be amazing. He said, don't let it amaze you. We are still learning about each other. I'm like, what? 65 years? So, it sounds funny, but it's true. Who's with me on this one? If you're with me, say hi. Hi. Good. So, believe in yourself. Then you move to the purple line where I say real desire. Then you need to ask yourself, am I ready for this? And as I'm sharing this, apply it to your business here in this company. You need to, listen, some of you, okay, don't take this in the hard way. Some of you are perhaps, maybe, are not ready for this. Can I say that? Yes. Can I say that?
Yes.
I respond. I need 100%, 95 at least percent of participation. I leave the other 5% for those who need to swallow spit or something. But if I ask a question, you respond. Can I say that?
Yes.
Some of you need to go into the room of somebody, maybe like Arrow. I don't know him. I'm just presuming, like there's a fine young man here. He said, Arrow, I know you've been in this business for 2 years. And I know Hans is a nice guy and he wants to help, but you really don't have the time. Can you teach me this? Until you can humble yourself to learn from those that are around you, you'll never be able to solve. So, Do you know how many people contact, again, when I use me as an example, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not here bragging or anything at all. I know you're all mature and you won't take it like that, but I need to put that disclaimer. You see, you people read research. Oh, I read research in Harvard. It doesn't mean, Harvard is not king. I am telling you research I did, Alex Ihama, and I have, if I look at, you know how many people on my phone? I have almost 2,700 on my WhatsApp. If I send a message on WhatsApp, 27 people get it in 42 countries. I think that's pretty much, if I ask an opinion, I think that's pretty much an average. Can I say that? Yes. Do you know how many people want something, but they are not ready for it? Yes. Some of you are pursuing those that are not ready, and some of you are not even ready, but so you're pursuing nothing. So I put people through a test, the real desire test. There's a chapter in my book, Welcome to Greatness, on this. Find your way abused, find this. But are you ready for transformation? I wrote in my chapter, Inconvenient Truth, I said, listen, when I decided to change myself, I did not know that it was not an event. I thought it was an event. I didn't know it was a lifetime process. Personal transformation, I'm transformed. I'm transformed. Really? If that's where you are, wait for me outside. You need a special coach here. You never arrive. Those who think they've arrived, they haven't started. Those who think they know it all, they're stupid. Then you move to the third one, what matters? Most of the people that are not here today, they are, again, I don't know them, so I'm just going to make a generic statement. Most of them don't know what matters. They don't know how to prioritize. They don't know how to prioritize. Let me just use that example. My mom came from Jamaica. It's not a joke. It's true. It's true. I've heard so much excuses, you won't even believe it. Oh, my mom just came from Jamaica. In my mind, okay, like to him, bring your mom. To me, at least drop your mom home, Let her relax, right? Or something. And then you miss an event like this. Let's face it. Talk to me, somebody. You see what I'm saying? Yes. People say, oh, no, Alex, I'm really sorry. I'm going to make it back. I say, really, how? You say, you know what? How about this? I say, no, that how about this you just gave me, that's a totally new one. You cannot make up time you've missed. You cannot make up an event you missed. I can give you the recording of this event. You still cannot make it up. Why? Because there are energy flowing right here that you can't get on DVD. You don't kill me making it up. People need to understand. In my other book, Mystique of Leadership, I talk about the difference between urgency and importance. Some people don't. Some people have never even thought there's a difference. They think it's the same. It's not. I have a test in the book, how you take an item and put it through the test. Excel couldn't do it, so I had to use right words to do it. And then, fourth one, tighten loose ends. Tighten loose ends. If you don't take the time to tighten that lace on your leg while you're running, you say, oh, I'm almost at the finishing line. Guess what's going to trip you? That lace. Take the time and tighten it. I was walking my son to school. Well, the school is just around the corner from where we live. I said, Dylan, tie your lace, I'll wait. Oh, no, and kids distracted, looking at all the friends. In less than 1 minute, not even 1 minute, guess what he tripped on? The lace. And he wants to cry. And believe me, before I tell a kid, sorry, okay, you get my point here. Don't get me into parenting. I use hard knocks. The school of hard knocks. If you are a mom, let me tell you something. Most moms, yes, most moms are nice. Not all moms are nice. You are laughing. You see your mom's nice? What about that woman who killed the 4 kids in Texas? Don't tell me about it. When I was a kid, my mom's brother, Uncle Billy, his name is Billy, he left his wife. His wife got angry with my mom's family. We woke up one morning, I'm not kidding you, 7 a.m., I was a kid, and the woman dropped her son by our gate and put a rope on his neck and said, take your son to your brother. And she left. Till today, nobody's seen her. This was at least 35 years ago. Her own kid, because she's angry at the ex-husband, and the ex-husband went with another woman, and she dropped the kid and tied some rope around the neck and said, I can't find the father of the kid, but obviously you guys are family, you go find the father of the kid. You don't tell me your moms are nice. Most moms are nice. Can I say that? Yes. Yes, most moms. So now, I want to talk to the nice one. You see? The nice... See, they already know where I'm going. Okay, I'm just going to move on. But you see, the nice one are so nice, they forget to parent kids. Come on, talk to me now.
Yes.
Who saw the letter on the internet about the guy that was executed in Florida or one of the states in the U.S. and wrote the letter to the mom? Nobody heard about it. Go Google it. Just say executed letter to mom, enter. I'm sure you can find it. I'm going to paraphrase the letter. He said, Mom, he says, I'm here today, and today I'm receiving the lethal injection. He said, but I remember the very first crime I did. I stole a bike and brought it, but you hid it from my dad. And the man recounted the protection that the mom gave to him, and when he left home, he continued being a thief, and he killed people. He says, he says, I'm dying today, but Mom, you already killed me. I will cry if I even tell you about it. It was all over the internet. It was on Facebook. It was everywhere. They even said it on the news. It wasn't like a social media Wi-Fi. It was on the news, and they talked about it in CTV. Google it. That letter, every mom and every dad should read it. Everybody. They should read it in school, read it everywhere. So, tighten loose ends, and the last one, have fun. That's it. Just have fun.